So I don't know, but people are posting pictures about this. People are like, I got an old VHS in the attic. I'm gonna go find it, and then there's like, it says stain.
They changed the VHS too.
They got to me. They found everything. They got all, and then someone's like, no, here's the proof, and they show something. They show like one person has a VHS, the actual tape.
Yeah.
On the front label it says stain, and on the little side label it says steen. But that's probably just Photoshop. They're probably just
You think it's Photoshop or it was a misprint at some point?
Could have been a misprint. That may be where all this stems from.
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
a simple misprint.
Someone made a typo once in the 80s.
Yeah.
And now the internet's lost its mind.
Exactly. That's when too many crazies are able to converse,
find each other,
and just build off of their insanity.
Yeah.
This is what happens. And I'm reading this. I don't necessarily believe it, but I started getting goosebumps. I got the wind outside, the whistling through the windows. I'm reading this. I got a goat head hanging up in the other room. I'm like, I'm into some bad juju here, because I felt like I'm not supposed to be reading what I'm reading. It's like, you ever get into a moment where you feel like you've just seen something, some sort of parallel universe convergence, some temporal rip that you just should not be.
I would never go that far. I never feel like I'm in the middle of a temporal rip. I definitely know what you mean, where it's like, I've just watched a video I shouldn't have seen. Like, I remember back in must have been 2002 or something, 2002, those heady days of a young internet, no YouTube yet, and Saddam Hussein was captured and tried for, I guess, crimes against his own people, maybe in connection with the 9/11 attacks, and they hanged him.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that video. That video was available on the internet for at that time I was probably like 16, 17-year-old to watch a man being hanged basically unjustly. Why was I able to see that? Why was that available?
I guess we're talking about different things. You're talking about like, you shouldn't have been allowed. That was somebody's fault. Yeah. I'm talking about like the universe slipped up, and for a moment I got a glimpse behind the curtain.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like deja vu in the Matrix, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sometimes I do have some like mad deja vu when I'm thinking to myself, holy cow, I definitely have not been in this situation before, but I really feel like I have.
Yeah.
Like it happened to me 3 years ago, but I had not ever been in this place at that time.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's about.
So, how did you like our trip to this Dunn's?
It was a weird trip, Matthew.
Yeah.
I met you at the metro station, and I knew I was getting there a little bit before you, so I decided I was going to just like play some video games on my phone for a bit. And then you texted me because you had arrived on the train right after me, and I looked around, didn't see you, and it turns out you were there. On my way up to meeting you, saw a presumably homeless man peeing in a bottle, not very secretively until he noticed that I noticed. And then he tried to be a little more secretive. And then I met up with you. Didn't mention the man peeing in the bottle. And then we went through some revolving doors on our way through a mall to Dunn's.
To Dunn's, yes.
Quite the journey.
Not very remarkable. Why do they even make revolving doors anymore?
I don't know. I like revolving doors.
They just seem like a hazard.
How so?
Get a little kid walking in. Those doors are swinging past. Like, every time I go up to one.
Well, not swinging. Regular doors are swinging. They're just rotating.
They're rotating real fast. And I know it's not sharp edges, but break an arm. You're going to break an arm if you or you break a finger, probably clean off if you get it in that little. Oof. Why are they making them? It's like the price of 4 little doors. Just get one big door. A regular door. A door everybody knows how to use. A door that isn't a hazard to children.
A regular. You know what? I have gotten much more hurt on regular doors than revolving doors.
That's because there are so many more regular doors. If they were all revolving doors, I feel you'd be an amputee by now.
I don't. Maybe part of why I've never been hurt in a revolving door is the fear factor. You go in a revolving door and you're in this little cell and you just got to shuffle along with everyone else.
Yeah, but it feels like an Indiana Jones type of thing where you really got to time it out and you're like, okay. And it's like, why is that part of my everyday commute? Why do I have to dodge these little death traps?
What? Have you been hurt by a revolving door, Matthew?
No, but I'm very cautious, and I always try to use the other doors.
Okay.
Like, luckily there was a broken revolving door.
Okay.
And I just slipped through there. Now, I'm wondering, are they going to repair that death trap? Or are they just going to put in a regular door?
Honestly, I hope they do, because I find there's something charming about a revolving door. Also, I believe that revolving doors are better for, when you open a door and like, oh, there's all kinds of wind and you're being blown back, revolving door stops that from happening.
Sure, but I don't know. I'm sure if I Googled it.
Maybe those doors are revolving doors because if they had regular swinging doors, they'd always be open because of the massive airflow. Yeah. Ever think about that one, Matthew?
You ever think about someone with a baby on their backpack? You know, the little baby backpacks? They walk through that revolving door, but they kind of forget they've got such a big backpack on.
Well, you shouldn't forget when you have a baby strap, do you?
And all of a sudden, you got a little watermelon baby head crushed in that door.
Oh, gosh, Matthew.
That's going to happen.
I hope it doesn't.
Little kids' fingers, dogs on leashes. Some people. Blind people. How are blind people getting through a revolving door? How can they tell?
Hopefully with a seeing eye dog.
That dog you're putting that dog through too much stress. Because now that dog has to calculate human calculations.
Well-trained dog.
He knows how to calculate. I'm just saying. I don't like him.
What's he going to calculate?
He's got to calculate, how am I going to get through this door? Bring my master through this door. Yeah. These are like advanced calculations for a dog.
What do you mean advanced calculations? You don't need a calculator to get through a revolving door, Matthew.
If you're trying to get two people through, I guess you could just wing it, but without the...
You can just wing it. I think that's what everyone does on a daily basis. You walk into a revolving door, you push... You walk out of a revolving door.
Okay, you're talking about situations with a revolving door where there are no other people around.
Okay, let's say it's a super busy revolving door. It's just spinning and spinning. Are you concerned because it's like a skipping rope situation where you're like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm out.
Only you won't just get whipped in the face with the skipping rope, which is also terrifying, especially when they have two ropes.
Oh, yeah.
But no, this is I really feel you can get hurt.
What do you call that skipping rope game when you're jumping over two skipping ropes?
Just a bad time.
I feel like I wish I was good at it. I would love to do that. Like hang out with a bunch of like young black girls at a park what would I call it other than a park?
A
playground, a playground,
parking lot,
and they're all like singing their little songs, their little rhymes, and then I jump in and I'm just doing that like two-leg jump back and forth type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I jump and twist around, do it some more, and I know the rhyme. And I jump out. I'm like, thanks, ladies. Have a good one.
Would this just be like on your day to work? Like as you're walking to work, you just pop in?
Exactly. It's like my life's a musical. I'm walking through and just having a good time, and I see the girls skipping, and I jump in with them, and like, there's maybe three of us in there, and we're all doing the same thing, and we all jump out singing, rhyming the same song together. That'd be great. That'd be a great day.
That would be.
Those little things.
Did you ever participate in Jump Rope for Heart?
No, what is that?
Oh.
Maybe.
Well, you were jumping ropes for hearts.
What do you mean for hearts?
Jump rope for heart, man. I don't know. I think it was for like heart disease or heart attack. There's something to do with the heart. Like it was to raise money for.
Yeah, I think I did do this. Now that you mention it,
it was basically you.
It's the Mandela effect right here.
Yeah, or I don't know if it is. Because if you were like, no, I remember we would have jump rope for heart, but it was called Saturn ball for heart, and you would just jump on those little Saturn balls.
I totally forgot about those existing. Mandela effect.
That's not it. But yeah, basically 1 week.
Is that Saturn ball? Is that what it was called?
I don't know what it is. There's skip
Wasn't
it.
Skip it? Yeah.
No, skip it was the thing you put around your ankle.
Yeah.
And you had to jump over it.
Oh, Saturn ball! I remember this. It was like a little ball with a plastic ring on it that you stood on the ring.
Yeah.
It was like a pogo stick, but without the stick.
Yeah, and without much of a bounce. You get whatever bounce.
I thought that's what it was for.
Well, or was
it just a balancing act?
No, you would bounce on it, but it felt like a pogo had a bit of its own push to it.
Yeah, it's got a spring.
This is like you got to give it a little something to get something back. So you jump hard on it, you'll bounce a little higher.
Bounce more. Okay.
I haven't seen anyone skip rope in a long time. I feel like, can you even buy a skipping rope anymore?
Sure, you can.
We should do that.
Do some skip rope.
Continue that tradition of jump rope for heart. We can be Kanon Janko's
jump rope
for heart, jump rope for burgers.
Well, no, I like the idea. It would work well that we do it for hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've been eating so many burgers.
We can make
It'd be a little self-serving, but
yeah. We could have a Cadone Janko skipping rope.
Oh, like as a bit of merchandise.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're talking.
We got shoe horns.
Yeah,
for your shoes.
That's right. Only the long kind.
Yeah. Skipping ropes for your heart and your health.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking not long ago about making other merchandise for this show.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what's appropriate merchandise for a burger show? And I think I may have a real good idea, Matthew.
$1 million idea?
No.
That
one, I already have $1 million idea. Copyright me. Don't steal it. I will charge you $1 million if you use it. I've threatened this before. I'm standing by that threat. I'll have to go back to the Nouveau Palais episode to hear what that was.
You remember the episode?
Oh, yes, I do, sir. Because if I ever need, for legal reasons, to go back, I need to know which episode it is.
Yeah.
So potential new bit, Cadone Janko, Wednesdays to lunch, burger edition merch. If anyone out there has a hookup for this, we're very interested. I think it's a good idea to make spatulas. Branded spatulas.
There you go.
Maybe metal ones with like laser engravings.
Jeez.
Or maybe where the handle says the name of the show. Or maybe a Twitter spatula. I don't know what that means or how it would work.
So it's just you just say things and then you let the world figure it out. Say
That's
Twitter
right.
Spatula. That might be a thing eventually.
That's right.
And you said it here first.
That's right. Copyright us.
Twitter Spatula.
If you steal the Twitter spatula idea, charging you $1 million.
Yeah.
There's a fee. There's a price to be paid. Don't do it. That idea is mine.
Yeah.
What would a Twitter spatula do? I don't know.
No.
Doesn't matter. If you decide to make something that's a Twitter spatula, you better name it something else. Because copyright me, 2017, Twitter spatula.
And I'm pretty sure Twitter is already copyrighted.
Twatula.
Twatula?
I'm just trying something here, Matthew. You're probably right. I probably can't take Twitter spatula because it would be an offshoot of something else.
I don't even want to think of what twatula would be.
Spitter? Damn, this doesn't work. All right, forget the Twitter spatula. Just the Cadone Janko Wednesdays to lunch spatula.
Yeah. How many spatulas do you think you can get in a household? I'd say 3. I say the average household needs 3 spatulas.
I've got something that's like this sort of rubbery orange thing. It's not a spatula. If you think of a spatula, it's not that. But it's like, I guess it works for like if you're making an omelet or something.
Yeah.
It's like a flat thing. It seems like it might be good for icing a cake or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's called a spatula technically. It might be something else. But I've got a straight up plastic spatula. And I've got a little egg spatula. I love that little egg spatula.
Okay. Is it shaped like a little flat egg?
No, it's just got a little chicken on the handle.
Okay.
Little chicken face.
Well,
Cartoonish little chicken face.
That's not what we're after. We're after the burger flipping spatulas.
That's right.
So I say
it's the Cadone Janko, Wednesday's lunch, burger flipper.
Burger flipper. One of them is a plastic
Burger
one.
flipper edition. Oh.
All right.
Oh. Flip your burgers while listening to us talk about burgers.
Yeah.
You want a nice stainless steel, laser engraved, maybe the name of your favorite burger podcast on the handle to flip your burgers.
Well, you're not using stainless steel on the stove.
Either that or, these burgers would be less for actual use, mostly for display purposes.
Decorative
spatulas. That's the market we need to get into.
And I feel like we can corner that market.
Decorative spatulas?
Yeah.
Like a very flowery spatula for the washroom.
Yeah.
And like a
wicker spatulas.
Wicker spatula for your hobby room.
Potpourri spatulas. I love potpourri.
Yeah, maybe a spatula themed bookmark for your reading nook.
Yeah. There you go.
Now we're on to something, Matthew. What other kind of branded ephemera can we come up with for our show?
Stickers, man. Pins.
You love stickers and pins, and you know what?
Scratch and sniff.
That's
stickers.
interesting. Scratch and sniff technology has not seen the end, as far as I'm concerned.
Think of it, little Seba faces.